big news this past week was from FlyExclusive. They're the 5th largest operator in North America based on combined charter and fractional flight hours. NetJets is the largest. But FlyExclusive is a relatively new company. They started in 2014. Their big news was twofold. First, they announced an order for 30 Citation CJ3+s light jets. That's their first ever order for new aircraft. And then the next day, they announced that they were going to expand into fractional ownership and targeting specifically FlexJet and NetJets, the two major players in the fractional ownership category. They also said that they're going to make an order by the end of this year for Citation XLS mid-size jets, and then they're also planning to order new super-midsize jets as well. So I'm going to tell you who FlyExclusive is. They already have a jet card program. I'm going to talk a little bit about that, and I'm going to tell you why they made this order for new aircraft and what it could mean to you as a consumer who flies privately or is looking at private aviation solutions. My name is Doug Gollan. I'm founder and editor of Private Jet Card Comparisons, and thank you for joining us on the Private Jet Card Comparisons YouTube channel. So who is FlyExclusive? The company was founded in 2014 by Jim Segrave. It's based in Kinston, North Carolina. That's Eastern North Carolina. The airport that it's based at has one of the longest runways east of the Mississippi. Kinston is about halfway between New York and Miami. And Jim Segrave, who started the company in 2014, it's his second entree into private aviation. He founded Segrave Aviation, built that up as one of the first floating fleet operators. Floating fleets are where the planes go from essentially customer to customer instead of back to base after every trip. Built that up, sold that to Delta Airlines in 2010. That became the foundation of what they made into Delta Private Jets, which was then sold to Wheels Up. So this is Jim's second entree into private aviation. Before the order this week, he had built the fleet to 85 aircraft, owned and leased. The model was used aircraft, and he actually has built, and I went to visit it last September, an impressive facility in Kinston where he refurbishes and repaints the jets. He does third-party work as well. FlyExclusive is a big deal in that community. They're bringing good paying jobs to rural Eastern North Carolina, really helping revitalize a section of the country that was economically disadvantaged. So he's been expanding his business there. He would buy used jets. He would lease them, triple net lease from the owners for 5 years. Paint them into a FlyExclusive color scheme, refurbish them, really a very nice new interior, doing it all there in Kinston, North Carolina. Everything from the carpets to stitching on the leather seats, very impressive to see. So built it up to where he's the 5th largest operator based on charter and fractional hours. If you took a look at just charter, he's the 4th largest operator, mainly organically. He did buy a Gulfstream operator in 2020, Skyknight, and they have about 6 G4 SPs on the fleet. If we take a look right now, or I should say 7 G4 SPs. There are a dozen Citation 10 super mid-size jets, another 6 Citation Sovereign super-mids. Core of the fleet is 39 XLS midsize aircraft, so obviously a big Citation operator. Right now they have 11 CJ3s and 10 Encores. The Encores also being light jets. And so I talked to Jim last week, and he expects to have 20 CJ3s before he starts to take delivery of this order of CJ3+s. And I'm going to tell you about the order, and then I'm going to tell you about their move into fractional ownership. The one last thing I'd like to add about the company as it is today, like many operators, they were mainly focused on the wholesale market until 2020. That's when they launched their first jet card program called Jet Club. They revamped it a bit last year. Interesting program. It's got lights, mids, super mids. Jim says they're up to 450 members in the program, anywhere from a $75,000 deposit to they just launched a $500,000 level. And it's an interesting model, and it ties into how they're approaching fractional ownership, and I'm going to talk to you about that in just a minute. So let's talk about the big FlyExclusive order from Textron Aviation. The order is for up to 30 Citation CJ3+s light jets. They can take delivery of up to 10 per year starting next year in 2003, so up to 10 in 2023, 2024, and 2025. Jim says they're going to take delivery of all 30, so it's firm orders and options. What he told me is that he wished he could order some more, and as I mentioned before, it's the first time they've ordered or bought new jets. Previously, the model had been to buy used aircraft, pre-owned aircraft, repaint and refurbish them. And so the question is, why now order new aircraft? And the answer is in part that, right now there's very little inventory in the pre-owned market. What's there really didn't meet the needs of what FlyExclusive was looking for, and the delta between aircraft available in the used market and buying a new aircraft, the list price for a Citation CJ3+ is about $10 million, was narrow enough that FlyExclusive decided that it made more sense to go and buy new aircraft, in part because they just were not able to get used aircraft at a sensible price in the pre-owned market. So the dynamics in private aviation right now are still out of whack. So FlyExclusive is launching fractional ownership. They're doing it with a twist. They're going to do it a bit differently than the traditional model. In some ways, it's going to mirror their Jet Club model. And so what's the biggest difference? Well, the biggest difference is you don't pay a monthly management fee. And so with all of the other fractional programs, as best I'm aware of, you basically have 3 payment streams. One is you pay to acquire the plane, and that will be the same with FlyExclusive. Their shares are going to start at 40 hours, the same 800 hour per year assumption for that tail. They'll start at 40, most programs start at 50. So that's a small difference. So you'll buy into the plane, 40 hours is a 5% share. If you assume that the cost of the plane is around $10 million, you're talking about essentially around a $500,000 acquisition cost. So that's similar. Then difference number one with FlyExclusive, you don't pay the monthly management fee. So with typical fractional, you pay to acquire the plane, and then you're paying a monthly management fee to cover the cost of of everything except the flight hour operations, the management of the aircraft, and then you pay an occupied hourly rate. However, like their Jet Club, you pay a daily access fee. So you pay a daily access fee before you get in the plane, before the meter starts running, you're paying a fee for that day, and then you're paying an hourly rate. And I have not seen the fractional numbers yet, but if it's like the Jet Club, that model favors people who are making multiple stops in a day, and it also favors people who are flying longer numbers of hours per day, because you're paying a fixed daily access rate and then a lower per hour rate. So the more hours you fly, increases the efficiency. So we're going to have another difference in the way FlyExclusive is doing their fractional ownership. Well, if you need more hours than what you bought, so if you buy 5%, 40 hours, and you need to fly more hours, you simply keep flying and you fly at the Jet Club rates, which I'm told are slightly higher, those hourly rates, than the rates for the fractional owner. So you don't have to worry about overflying. You don't have to worry about underflying. So a bit of a different take, with all of these, the devil is in the details. And so when I'm able to see the marketing brochure, the numbers, hopefully the contract, I'll be able to, get a little bit of a better handle on it, but a different twist in terms of how they're structuring the fractional ownership. What else do you need to know? Well, as I mentioned earlier, FlyExclusive has about 450 Jet Card members right now, and 85 aircraft. So that's about five members per aircraft. When I talked to Jim Segrave, the founder and owner, he estimates that the major players, the big players like FlexJet and NetJets, which use a similar on-fleet model, there are the broker models, and then there are the hybrid models where you fly sometimes on that provider's fleet, sometimes you're brokered to a third party. FlyExclusive, you're on their fleet over 98% of the time, so similar to what FlexJet and NetJets does. And so he estimates they have about 20 to 25 customers, fractional owners, and Jet Cards per aircraft. Right now, FlyExclusive is around 5, and so if you take a look at that, what Jim was saying is that they can easily grow their club membership to 1,500, even 2,000 members across the fleet that they have and will have with the 30 extra aircraft that will be delivered between 2023 and 2025, this order, and then apparently a couple more orders coming. And so it seems like they're going to continue to aggressively expand the club. What Jim said is, the inventory of new aircraft that they don't sell to fractional owners, he's going to use it. He's going to take those planes because he's going to use it and use it as inventory to expand his Jet Club membership. So it sounds like he plans to take all 30 of the aircraft orders and options. It doesn't sound like he's particularly concerned if he doesn't sell them all of the inventory in shares. In fact, it sounded like he wants to keep some of the inventory to help support the continued growth of Jet Club. So FlyExclusive is 5th in the market. I don't think they're catching NetJets. FlexJet is a long way ahead of them, but it's a long tail industry, and there aren't that many major players. Since 2014, Jim's built FlyExclusive into one of the major forces, and for folks who are looking at fractional ownership, it's going to be a national program. So there's going to be a third choice. Yes, there are other people. There's AirShare, there's PlaneSense, there's Northern Jet. But in terms of really national scale and scope, it looks like FlyExclusive, especially when they place that order for the XLS midsize aircraft, and when they get into super mid, they're going to be going strongly after Flexjet and NetJets. So that will be interesting to watch. Obviously, prices have been going up. Supply has been limited, that companies have stopped taking new members or metering new members, or have put restrictions on a new member flying over the past 6 months. NetJets, of course, has said that they're not going to reintroduce the cards this year. They're doing the 3 and the 5 month leases, and I'll put a link to that video in the description. But a lot going on, but I think good news for consumers, because there's going to be more competition, particularly if you're looking into fractional ownership, and that's a good thing. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and please subscribe. Also, please visit privatejetcardcomparisons.com, sign up for our free e-newsletter, and learn more about how we can help you find the right private aviation solution for your unique flying needs.